Say hi. So they've been enjoying themselves. What's up, K Butterfly? What's up? Didn't celebrate 4th of July, celebrated Juneteenth. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm just trying to bring the family together no matter what. But we had a good time. Come here, son. So they're out here enjoying them. Oh my gosh, I got some.
Hello, guys. I'm running a little late. I was trying to play it at first, but for some reason I had some kind of problems. How you guys are doing out there? Hope you all are doing great. I decided to come on and I'm still working with everything. I haven't gotten it quite together yet, but it's a start somewhere. So I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about Martell Holtz and his blended family. And like I say, I'm not here to put my foot on anyone because, like I said, things happens, and he's not the first and he's the last. So that's what I want to go ahead and talk about. So if you guys want to feel free to talk, let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the link. We'll put the link in and we can go from there. And post the link. So, what I want to go ahead and talk about is how he enjoyed his family, during the holidays. He had his blended son with him, and they all had a lovely time, and, like I said, he's not the first and he won't be the last. And it's really not the young kids, it's the grown-ups. That's the one. You just have to be careful of what we say in front of them, because things happens. And like he said, he's a father, and so if he take care of his kids, it shouldn't be a problem at all. So that's what I want to go ahead and talk about, guys. So like I said, it's a bad situation because the way that it happened, but it's over with, and it's nothing that we can go and do about it now. Or not us, but him. He can do about it, but just move on, take care of his kids, and be the father that he should be. So like I said, the only toxic people is that's grown-ups, putting kid things in kids ears, and having them to have a rap between each other. But long as they stay out, I think, it might work. So, guys, let me know what you all think about it. And that's what I want to go ahead and talk about. So, let me go ahead and play a little more of the tape, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about it.
I'm cooking a little bit this right now, and I think I'm burning up some too. Oh no, they perfect. I was gonna go live yesterday and show you the festivities that we were having on yesterday, but I was chilling a little too hard, and I did the fireworks. Me and a couple of my uncles. You guys been enjoying?
And I'm not going to play too much of it, but as you can see right there, the kids, they enjoyed themselves. They had a good time. And, it's a bad situation, but like I say, when it comes to kids, the kids are not a mistake at all. And like I said, who could tell it better than the ones that been through it? We all been through something. I know I did, and it all depends how you handle it. And I understand what Melanie went through. It's not easy what she went through. Who wants to, have a family, start everything, accomplish so much, and all of a sudden, someone do some stupid stuff to tear it all apart. And that's devastated for anyone, and especially when you have small kids. And that's why I say it's just a horrible situation. And everybody, they handle it different. And Melanie, like I said, she been through a lot. And but it's over with. You can't just keep beating a dead horse. So now they have to pull up their boots and they have to act like adults. And because kids, they're not going nowhere. At least they're gonna be with you at least until 18 years old, or until they out that house. And the only thing that can hurt the kids, when they have grown-ups, toxic outside people, putting things in their ears. And that's the only way, because kids are innocent. And as you can see right there, they always having a great time. They was enjoying their little brother. And like I say, it's a horrible situation the way it happened, but it's life. And he's not the first and he won't be the last. And that's what I wanted to go ahead and talk about, guys. Like I said, it's not easy for no one, but it happened. And you could see that the kid is very attached to his dad. He just didn't even want to let his dad go. And the child looked just like Martell. And like he said, he's a parent, and long as he take care of his kids, he can afford it. And he said that he want more kids. So but I just hope that he just don't hurt another family. If he get involved with somebody else, just learn from your mistakes. Which 5 kids, I'm pretty sure that he's gonna learn real quick, because you can't keep hurting people like that. But I saw the video, and the kids looked like they was very happy, on their slide, playing out there in the water. He was barbecuing for the kids, and he said for the fourth, they all was together. And you know it's just the grown-ups, is how they gonna work it out. Because whether you like it or not, Ariane, she's gonna be in their life. I don't know how it's gonna play out. And I just hope Melanie, just just forgive them. She don't have to forget, but she can, forgive him. Because like I said, we all been through it. And that's why I want to go ahead and talk about it, because we all been through stuff. I know I have, and it's not easy. And it's who can tell it better than the ones that already had been through it. It's not an easy life. It's horrible, it's but it's nothing that you can do about it. And I understand what Melanie went through. I understand, because, like I said, I've been through it. We all been through something. And that's why I want to go ahead and talk about it, because, like I said, it's not easy, but it's how you handle it and how you move on. And like I say, the child, when it comes to the child is innocent. So the child has nothing to do what grown adults did. Martell, he made a bad decision. So we can't just what could you do now but just move on. And the child, look like he's happy. The kids look like they're happy with him. So it's really not too much that anyone can do about it now. And I don't know if Melanie and Martell would ever, come together. If not, they still gonna be parent to the kids. So that's, like I said, it's a hard pill to swallow. Who want to go through something like that? They have accomplished so much, and all of a sudden, everything just, just blew in their face. It's a lot. It's a hard pill for anybody, to swallow. I wouldn't wish what she went through on my worst enemy. And the thing about it is that, the way that it had happened, she said that, they was still in the same home, and all of a sudden, things happens. But like I said, you can't just keep beating a dead horse. He's not the first, and he won't be the last. So that's what I felt like I wanted to go ahead and talk about, Martell, how he's going to handle it forward, and how, I don't know if the kids get therapy or whatever, because in a blended family like that, somebody's going to like something, because, like I said, I've been through it. So I know exactly, how it plays out. And it can be perfect. They can get along real good. The kids, they innocent. It's just how the adults gonna handle it. But now that Melanie, she went her separate ways, I don't know if they're gonna get back together. But if they do get back together, she gonna have to let it go, and she's just gonna have to accept it, because it doesn't make no sense if Melanie decide to get back with Martell, you know, even after they have divorced and they decide to come back together. It doesn't make no sense to hold on. So if they decide that they want to get back together, then you're going to have to let it go. And they're going to have to learn how to work it out, because it's done, it's over with. So, people on his page, talking about the son, saying things about him. That's a child. The child is only 1 years old. The child is innocent. And yes, a child gonna act out. He's gonna cry. That does not mean anything wrong with the child. Just because you don't like his mom, you don't have to talk about an innocent child. That's why I say I wasn't gonna play those kids. I'd rather go ahead and blot them out, because the kids are innocent. And I understand, we might be Team Melanie, but is a child involved now. So she carried a child for 9 months, and he accept that child. So it's nothing that you can do about it. He's going to be with his child. And just like he said, he have 5 kids now. And the kids was enjoying themselves. They had a great time. They really don't even know what's going on. Maybe the oldest child, and the son, he might know a little bit about what's going on. But those kids don't hold grudges. They don't hold animosity. They gonna love their brother regardless, because that's their brother. Now I don't know if Martell gonna end up with Ariane, because usually once he divorced his wife, or couples, like when it's stuff like that happen, they end up with someone totally different. He might move on to someone else. But if I was Ariane, if I was her, I would just sit there and just come on live and apologize, admit what I did, just like she should have done when she was on Tasha K. That was her opportunity right there to go ahead and let it go. Just ask for forgiveness and move on. No way in the world, I would have sat there and kept harboring on it. But like I say, it's done and it's over with. So what could you do about it? But I don't know if how they gonna handle it. Will the child be on the show next season? Which most likely, if he have his kids together, you're gonna see the child on the show. Now I don't know how it's gonna happen. If he gonna go to the house and show Ariane, or he might just show the son. But it's nowhere, no way that they can go ahead and get out of it. It's done. So I don't know how it's going to go ahead and play out. But from a spiritual point of view, like I say, we have to learn to let go and let God. We have to learn to forgive. And I know, God is a forgiving God, and you learn from your mistakes. Now, if he go and do it again, quite obvious, he's a grown man, then he didn't learn from his mistakes. But then that's when you hold the women. You knew who he was before you met him. But all we can go by is what he's doing now. And what he's doing now, he's showing that he's a good father. Most men, when stuff like that happens, they run from it. They don't even want to have anything to do with it. But he acknowledged his children. And that's where I sit there and I give him his honor right there, because and especially a male child, we need more fathers in those children's lives. So if he in his child's life, then no way that anyone can hold it against him, whether you like him or not. Because also you have to realize that a lot of stuff that's playing out, you know his life is open. Is a lot of people that's going through right now, the ones that's talking about it, they going through the same things, or maybe even worse. They might not even have the father in their lives. And I know it's hurting. I know it's horrible. That's a hard pill to swallow. And then you got some women, when they have kids for and destroy a home, oh, they tries to sit there and they use the kids, to make it worse. And that's why I say, when it comes to Ariane, what she needs to do is she needs to go and come on live and just apologize for her wrong. Because first of all, she knew that the man was married. But like I say, it's done. So all we could do now is see how that blended family is going to play out. That's all we can see now, how it's going to play out. Because most likely, if Martell stay on that show, Love and Marriage in Huntsville, if he stays on that show, most likely that child going to be on the show as well. Which I don't really get caught up in these reality shows, but when it comes to certain things, like, people love drama. And I believe that sometimes you have to take the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. And that's what people love. People love drama. So quite obvious, Call is King, he gonna play on it. I promise you, that child is going to be on that show, and most likely the mom going to be on that show as well. Even if Martell have to go to her house to pick up the child, you're gonna see her on that show. And most likely that's why Melanie and Martell now filming with each other. Most likely she probably woke up and say, look, I'm not going to let no woman take from me and my kids and my family. I'm going to make this money, and I will make that money. No way in the world I will quit this show, especially when she the one built the show up from the ground. So why would she walk away from the show just because she think Ariane Curry going to be a part of it? So why would she leave the show? It doesn't make no sense at all. So, somebody got to give in. Somebody got to meet someone halfway. And I understand, like I said, I, I'm not team nobody. I'm team right. But things happens. Whether it was a mistake or not, things happens. And if you talking about this show, then you're gonna have to talk, you're gonna have to tell the truth. It's a possibility that that blended family gonna come together next year, whether you like it or not, guys. It's gonna come together. If not, it's not gonna be authentic. Because how you gonna have this latest child on the show and you gonna have the mother exit out? It's not gonna work like that. And maybe we don't know what's behind the scene because Melanie, you don't know if she went ahead and she had a talk and they decide, hey, it's nothing that we can do about it but make this money, And if I was Martell, hey, I would say the same thing. Let her make her money, take care of child, you know, because it's done now. It's nothing that you really can do about it. But just keep beating a dead horse over and over, you know. And I enjoy watching when I saw little sugar mama and her little brother, they was right there on the side of each other. They gonna grow up together because if I'm not mistaken, they close in age. And most of all the stuff that's gonna happen, all that toxic, is gonna happen because of grown folks, the grown-ups. And like I said, who can tell it better than the ones that already been through it? Ain't no marriage is perfect. None. I was married almost 35 years, and I know no marriage is perfect. We all going to have ups and downs. And if you say your marriage is perfect, trust me, keep living in it. And you're going to find out that no marriage is perfect. And things like this happens. But I know one thing, that the Most High is not going to bring you to anything without seeing you through it. And he's going to see him through it. We all handle things different ways. Some people, they'll sit there and say, well, I can't take it, I have to leave. Well, that's your choice. Some people can't take it. It's a hard pill to swallow. And some people going to say, well, hey, that's my husband. I said until death do us part. He went out there and he went and made a mistake. Now, I can forgive him. But if he go and do it again, then no, I wouldn't forgive him. But if I'm going to forgive you, if you went outside of your marriage, then I'm going to have to let it go. I can't keep harboring over it. And I don't know if Melanie, she would have stayed in her relationship, because some said that she knew about it when she had her last child and she stayed in it. And the only reason why she left is because she was on that show and people was talking. So I don't know if she left because of the show. I don't know. Because you can see that she still loves her husband, and I know that he loves her, because last week he had said that he enjoyed his marriage. He loved being married. And you can see Martell came from a good family, a mother that loved him to death, took care of him, went to all of his football games. He's not a bad person. He's not a thug. Because a thug, a bad person, they would have left their child. They wouldn't have had nothing to do with it. I didn't like when he was trying to call when he had called her a peasant. Now that was wrong, which he apologized and said he was wrong for that. But he was doing that to save face, to keep his marriage intact. But that was the wrong move. But like I said, I don't think that Martell is a bad person. And all the ones out there with all this spinning this stuff so negative, most of them that's spinning it negative never even been married. Most likely was never married. So quite obvious, they can say something like that, especially when you never been married before. But if you married, trust me, it's not marriage is not easy. Guys, marriage is a job. It's not easy at all. But we all learn from our mistakes. And now that Melanie and Martell are divorced, but the kids, they got their kids, so they gonna have to meet. They gonna have to come together. She don't have to accept his outside child because now they divorced. She can go her separate ways. You know, but if they decide to come together, which most likely they might because they both working on the same show. They both seen each other. So you never know how God works. They might come together. You never know how it's going to work. But if it doesn't, they go their separate ways, but the child is there. The child won't be there for 18 years. But for you guys to come online and talking about that child, the child needs some kind of help or whatever, that's not right. I rebuke that spirit right now in the name of Jesus for you guys even putting your mouth on that child. You know good and well that it's not right. Just because you don't like the mother. A beautiful child. A child didn't even ask to come in this world. And that's why I sit there and say, I'm looking at it on a spiritual point of view. Yeah, it was bad. It was adultery. Yes, it was. But you see all that all through the Bible. So, like I said, it already happened before. God already showing you how you can go ahead and work it out. That don't mean that it's the end of your life. Your life is over with. And that's why we need to talk about marriages. Too many divorces. Too many people, soon when something go wrong into your relationship, you want to just throw in a towel. We have to learn how to sit there and work things out. Because nothing is over until God says it's over with. I may not be able to live with you, but I can coexist with you. It's how you train that child up. You never know. If you raise those children right before the eyes of God, you never know. That child can be a lawyer, a president, you're a doctor. That's why the Bible says, train up a child in the way that they shall go. Amen. We have to train them up in the way that they shall go. And then after that, it's out of your hands what happened. But make sure that that child is loved. Make sure that child know that when he's blended with his sisters and his brothers, that they are loved. And maybe, things happens for a reason like this. Carlos King might use it as a storyline because this real life. This is real life issues, guys. People are going through stuff like this. Whether it might be scripted to them, but this is real life stories. People are going through stuff like this. And by you seeing their life, you might know how to handle it. Because like I say, nothing new is under the sun. Today, it's them tomorrow. It could be you guys. You never know how it can happen. So that's what I felt led to come and talk about, because he had all his kids together, and the way that it happened, it was bad. But I know, if you can't, you can't hold the child for it, because the child is innocent. We can't go and talk about the child, even though you gonna see the child. If that show is picked up for next season, you gonna see that child. And the thing about it is that it's not children that's coming on and talking about another child. It's grown-ups. It's grown-ups that's talking about the child. So that's just to show you something is not right with them. If you have to come on and talk about a child just because you team Melanie, dude, this is a reality show. This is a reality show. These people are playing it out. You think that these people gonna let you know what's going on in their life? They only showing you just a small portion of their life. You don't know. Melanie and Martell may have worked all this out. Because look how it started. How the show started from the beginning. They was already having marriage problems when the show had started. And I'm pretty sure if Melanie, just like Marcel said that he thought that it was going to be about business. Found out, it's about their marriage. So I'm pretty sure that now they're going to work it out. I believe that they're going to work it out. I believe that Martell and Melanie, they're going to work it out. Because like I said, opportunity only comes so often. And if the door is open, hey, ain't no way in the world I'm going to let some joker come in and shut the door. No way. If that door is open, I'm going to try to make as much money for me and my kids as possible, because it's honest money. So why would Melanie walk away? If Melanie walk away, trust me, she's a fool. She's a fool. She better pick up her boots and she better march straight through it. Ain't no way in the world. You know, like I say, things happens, guys. But that's what I felt led to talk about. And when it comes to my platform, I'm gonna try to talk about, different topics. So much stuff is going on. But I wanted to talk about that. And like I said, if grown-ups stay out of their business, I think that, they're gonna be able to, they're gonna be able to make it. They're gonna be able to make it because the kids are innocent. The kids have nothing to do with what grown-ups are doing, you know. But when you make a mistake, you don't keep repeating the same thing. And I don't think that Martell, he's going to repeat the same thing. I think that he have learned. It's just things happens. And I don't know if Melanie, she won't get back with her husband, but most likely if they film together, it's a chance that they might get back together. Is a chance. Is a chance that they might get back together. But all the grown-ups have to do is stay out of it. That's just like with Tisha and her husband, Marcel. How people trying to throw a wedge in their marriage. Hey, if she love it, then You know, what what we got to do about it? You know, these people, they setting up businesses and enjoying their family, and she said that she got to see it in order to believe it. But he said he's not going nowhere. He invested 15 years in his marriage. So you can't tell this woman to leave her husband. She says she never saw it. Maybe she don't want to see it. Some people, they just don't want to see it. So, like I say, this is only a show, guys. And going and attacking this man about his kid, that's foul. Because this is a show. These people are getting paid to put on a show for us. That's why it's called a reality show. But to sit there and go on this guy and talk about his kid. I mean, somebody I read where the child's, I don't even want to repeat it, man, because that is not of God. That is not of God. That's an act of a devil. Kids are innocent, and the Bible say blessed are the kids, that they are the peacemakers. So anytime when you want to go ahead and talk about somebody's kids, then you got a problem. That person is need a psychiatrist. Something wrong with that person. Because one thing about these shows right here, and that's why I be saying, when I talk about all these reality shows that's going on, I only talk about it because I know that I can take this and I can turn it into something that I know that's going to be positive. We could take these foolish things right now, all this stuff that's going on. Like they say, you can take lemons and you can turn it into lemonades. And I believe that they can make something positive next year. What they need to do, this is what I think they need to do. They need to start focusing on their business. Not so, I mean, I think it's like the fourth season, if I'm not mistaken. And they barely talk about their business. Look at, talk about the business. I'm pretty sure they're doing great. They don't have to always talk about what's in their personal home all the time. Look at Candy. They need to learn from Candy Boris. When Candy come on the show Real Housewives of Atlanta, Candy don't talk about her personal business. The only time you will see Candy Boris talking about her personal business, that's when they throw it in her face. But when Candy Boris comes on Real Housewives of Atlanta, on that show, Candy Boris, she comes on for business. She talk about business, how to start a business, making her money. And that's what they need to start. We need some positive stuff. You don't see too many black people on these shows that's doing positive stuff, especially when it comes to these reality shows. All that drama, fighting each other. And you know what that's going to land you? All these people wants to see us is to fight and tear up each other. And the minute when you stop fighting each other and do something positive, then the first thing they're going to say is a boring show. And that's why they call Candy Boris boring. But Candy is making her money while they on there acting a fool. And I'm not even a Candy Boris fan, but she's making money. She's using her platform to make money. She's not acting like a buffoonery. And I think next season they need to get together, because every last one of them on Love and Marriage in Huntsville, they're all entrepreneurs. So they need to sit there and they need to get together and say, look, we're going to talk about business. We don't want to hear all this drama. First, maybe first 2 or 3 episodes, get Martell and his family straight with this blended family. Then after that, Start showing, your business, what you're doing. That's what these shows need to do. These people don't care about us guys. All they looking for is us to act fools. That's the way they think that we live a normal life. They think we live like that. They think that all we do is fight with each other. And that's why they was able, when Caesar on Black Ink Crew, when he beat a dog, they cut his show off. He had no show. But long as Caesar was beating up on women, he had a show. But the minute when he beat up on the dog, they canceled his show. That's just to show you how much these people care about us. And it looked like that's all we focusing on drama. And that's why I hope that Melanie would put on her boss hat and show them who is the real boss. Nowhere in the world I will let this pride get the best of me to close doors of opportunity for me. I will open that door wide. And if Ariane Curry comes on that show, let her come on. Let her come on. Because you winning regardless. Stop listening to people. These people, like I say, don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. They wish they was in your shoes. They wish they had the opportunity that you have. And I hope Melanie is listening to this. Girl, don't shut no doors just because of people sitting there talking. Put that pride aside. Look at Martell. Got his kids writing books, an author. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed every bit of it. Do positive stuff. People think that, oh, nobody's going to watch it. We got to fight and tear down each other. Don't you think that we have fought each other a long time, too much? It's time for it to stop now. And I believe that, people going to watch. And if the ones don't watch, just like with my channel, when I sit there and, making a change on my channel, I say, I'm going to come on live with my whatever, my hair or whatever, be happy who I am. It's time for realness. We have fallen so far. Ain't nobody want to be real with each other. Everybody wants to be fake. I sit there and I say, look, maybe things happen for a reason. Just like with my channel, don't want to never come forward, show myself. God, things happen for a reason. We don't have to be ashamed who we are. We are beautiful just the way we are. Some of us have straight hair, some have whatever hair. But we all are black. We in it together. It doesn't make no sense for us sitting there trying to tear down, making somebody feel bad just because you so caught up in this European standard. Be happy who you are. We have to learn to love who we are. We all can learn from each other. All that, but we can't sit there and learn from each other if we turn each other down. It's not going to work. All these trash shows, man, it got to go. All that trash shows is just a distraction, just to stereotype us. the black person is angry, aggressive. It's time for us to break that curse right now, that we can be a family, that we can watch movies that's going to lift us up, how to start businesses, how to love who we are. Just look at these entertainers right now. Half of them, they start off, then once they get to where they need to get, you can't even recognize them no more. They want to sit there and live like they want to come on looking like a European standard. You don't recognize them. Look at Candy Boris, Candy Real, and I don't even like Kenya Moore. I don't like her behavior. I don't know her personally, but what she showed on that show. But she real to herself. We need realness. We need people now that's gonna be happy of who they are. We have so much potential, guys. No way in the world, all those seasons that these people came on that show, just tearing each other down. That's what they wanted to see us, to tear down the black man, tear down each other, broken families, broken homes. And if you only know how all that started, you wouldn't be putting your foot on that brother's neck. That's a generational curse. He had nothing to do with it. Because if you really go into your African background, way back, you will see all that men had many wives, many wives. But this European standard man took everything and smeared it all up. They smeared it all up. They made everything like it's disgusting, it's abomination. You know, we don't even know our culture. We don't even know who we are. So we really don't know who we are. Why are we fighting each other? When the real enemy is out there working overtime on us, guys. And that's why I say, I don't care who follow me or not. I'm going to be true to myself. And it's time for us to be true and real with each other. And this real talk. But going on people pages and talking about innocent kids, guys, that is not the act of God. That is the act of a devil. Children are innocent. And for people to do that, that is downright dirty. That's foul. Because you don't know these people. You don't know those people at all to sit there and diagnose their kids. And you don't know if those kids, because you don't know if those kids on social media watching all this, seeing how you tearing down their brother, seeing how you tearing down their father. You don't know what those kids are watching these days. Those kids have access to everything. And you causing trauma in those kids' life. Guys, this is a messed up world. I'm telling you, this is a messed up world. It's time for us to get right. But I just hope Melanie and Martell, I hope that they tune all those naysayers out. I hope they put on their business hat and they show them that they can make it. Maybe not with each other, because not everybody is meant for each other, but for the sake of their kids, they could come to common ground. I pray that that happen next season, because we need something positive. We need positive shows. And like I said, I'm not really into reality shows that much, but when I do watch it, I don't watch it for the drama side. You know, I already told you guys that. When I watch something, I watch it to see how I can take that foolishness and conform the wise with. That's how I watch the show. And when I watched this show, I saw two young families. I saw myself in those into that family. I saw myself in all that. And I know that they can make it. Maybe not together. Some people choose to parent in two separate homes. Maybe they can't live together. It's over with. They divorce. But I saw myself in all that. And I know if the door of opportunity is open, nowhere in the world I will let some outsider to come and close it for. No way. All those people, like I said, they are looking from the outside in. They looking at the story. That's they looking at your glory, but they don't know the story. So nowhere in the world that I will close that door of opportunity, because they say that this Melanie last year of filming with, because she don't want to film with Martell, but they all said there, them bloggers talked about it. But what you see now, at the end, you seen them two talking. They was right here at the Essence Festival together, living together, was on tape, where you saw, which Melanie had said that her youngest son, Tank, the one had recorded, but he was happy. If he recorded his parents together, he was happy because he wanted to see his mom and his dad together. And they was content. So all that negative stuff out there, guys, this is a reality show. You don't know what's going on in these people's homes. You do not know what's going on in these people's homes. I was glad to see that, to shut the naysayers up. I was glad to see them two together. Just even if it was for the sake of their kids. I was glad to see them two together. Because that shut some of these naysayers up. I know they was gritting their teeth. They was upset. Because misery loves company. They was upset when they saw them young family together. Those two couples together. They was upset. Because they all about division. Don't know these people from a can of paint. But Melanie, she has four beautiful kids. Four beautiful kids. And I just hope she's listening to this video right now, Lord. Let it reach the right people. Don't close that door, because opportunities does not come often. Don't close that door at all, because opportunity does not come often. Nowhere in the world I would close that door. I would keep filming. Keep filming. But I would start filming and I would turn it positive. Learn from Candy Boris. Learn from day one when Candy Boris came on Real Housewives of Atlanta. From day one when she came on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was all about business. All about business. And still from I don't know how many seasons she is in, and still about businesses. And Melanie is very smart. Ain't no way in the world I will let no one, no devil in hell close that door of opportunity for me. That's what I might change my title to. No devil in hell gonna close that door of opportunity. No one. And especially when I have small, small kids. I will ride it until the wheels fall off. Until I can't ride it no more. Because Melanie and Martell together, they are a force to be reckoned with. And they are a very beautiful couple. And I'm not saying for them two to get back together because, like I say, some people cannot live together. But if they can, who am I to judge? Who am I to tell her why is she making that mistake? That's her husband. She took the vows before God. So if she feels that she can work it out, then go ahead. But not just because of the sake of her kids, do it because you love each other. Because if you get together just for the sake of the kids, you're gonna be miserable as hell. And that's why I say, even on my platform, we need to have more positive talking. Let's talk about marriage. Let's talk about small businesses. Who could tell it better than the ones already been through it? I may not be a psychiatrist, but I lived it. I experienced it. All that what Melanie been through, I've been through it. I've been through it. I know how it is on the other end. So who could tell it better? It got so many people hurting right now about to make some stupid mistake just because of people want your lifestyle. People want to live like you living. Come on, guys, wake up is a cheap trick. So you giving it all up. I don't, even though like I said, you cannot build a solid foundation off of material possession. It's just like building off of sinking sand. But no way in the world, no way in the world that I'm gonna give it all up, my marriage, my family, just because of outside talking. If I'm gonna give it up, I'm gonna give it up because I felt like I had enough. But not because no woman came in the picture. Because 9 out of 10, if that other woman came in the picture and knowing that I was already married and she didn't respect my marriage, most likely, if I leave my husband, he ain't gonna be with you. He ain't gonna be with you. And that's why I say, it ain't no way in the world that I would just sit there and just shut the doors of opportunity. And I'm not bad mouthing Ariane Curry because I don't know how it happened. Only thing that I know, she was in college. I don't know if Melanie and I'm not Melanie, Martell and Melanie had split up when she met him, or they was having marital problems. They was separated. I don't know, but things happens. He's a man. Things happens, and she's a young woman, and maybe she probably saw that he had something she wanted, and she went after it. But like I say, you don't you If you're doing it out of spitefulness, ain't nothing good gonna come out of it. All you're gonna end up is hurt. And that's what you're seeing right now. Hurt people. Hurt people. And the thing about it is that the innocent child is caught up in the mix of it. And that's why we have to be careful how we live our life. We can't live so reckless, guys. We can't live our life so reckless, especially when we're hurting children, because that child will end up hurting another child, hitting or hurting their child. It's just like a generational curse. But someone got to be a bigger person to stop it and say enough is enough. I refuse for my children and their children to repeat the same mistakes that I have repeated. Someone got to be a bigger person to say enough is enough. And when it comes to that couple right there, all the stuff that had happened in their life is done and it's over with. All they can do now is learn from their mistakes. I bet right now, Ariane Curry, I bet right now she sits in that house and she probably tearing herself apart. Why did she make that mistake? Why did she do what she did? Why? But your life is not over. You made a mistake. We all made mistakes. None of us are righteous. But it's how you sit there and take that mistake and turn it into something positive. But if Martell is in and out, confusing you, when you got a daughter watching you, then Martell is not for you. That won't be a healthy relationship at all. Because you wouldn't want your own daughter to go through that. And if she's seen her mama going through that, she probably feel that, okay, it's all right for me to go through that. And that's how that you keep that generational curse keep going on and on and on. And she's a very beautiful girl, very beautiful girl. But you can't just keep living your life waiting on somebody, and you don't and all you're doing is putting your life on hold when God has sent you so many people in your pathway. But you waiting on that one person. That's not right. That's not of God. Maybe it's time for you to move on. You might not want to have two baby daddies and feel like, ain't nobody gonna want you. It got somebody for everybody. And maybe God might not want you with nobody yet. People think that we need a man to how you say that? A man to make us feel whole or something like that. Wait on your man. Wait on your Boaz. He's coming. Maybe God might want you to get yourself together. Go back to school. She was going for nursing. Get your education. And Lord, I pray that this hit this girl. I pray that this video get to this girl. Get your life back together. It's not over until God says it's over. Yes, you made a mistake. But I promise you, if you repent and just turn from it, it's washed out. You are forgiving. You are forgiven. God forgave you. Get back in school. Make sure you and your family, your children, is taken care of well. You don't need a man to sit there and dictate your life, control your life. God gonna send the right man into your life. And Martell gonna do right by his child. I know Martell gonna do right by his child. And he gonna make sure that his child have a home. He gonna make sure his child is taken care of. But now it's time for you to live your life. You don't waste too much time on your life worrying about a man. And if Martell is giving you mixed signals, then Martell is wrong. Because if Martell know that he does not want you, he's not going to have a family with you, it's only a lust relationship, then he's wrong. And nothing good is going to come to him. So if he's playing you, then he gonna have to stop. Because all he's doing is giving you mixed signals. And that is not right. Because a real man, he would tell you to go and get your education, not to wait on him. Because if long as he's giving you, taking care of you, he gonna control you. He gonna feel that he can do and say whatever he wants to you until you say enough is enough and make your own money. But somebody got to let something go because it's unhealthy. It's going to be unhealthy for you and your kids. All that's doing is wearing you down. And stress kills, guys. Stress will take you out. Maybe not physically, but mentally. And you won't be no earthly good to take care of your kids. So the best thing for you to go ahead and do is to get back in school. And I would tell Montel to do what you're supposed to do right by your kids. But I know one thing, I won't be waiting for him. Now, I don't know what's going on in their household. Maybe Montel might be, and Ariane might be together. I don't know. Maybe next season when they come back on, maybe you might see them together. And Melanie, she's divorced. She might be with whoever she's with. It might work out. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, and the reason why I'm making this video is because when it comes to blended families, it could work long as the outsiders, the grown-ups, the ones that's causing confusion, long as they stay out of it, it can work. I know it can because I lived it. So I know it could work. But you have to follow your heart. And no matter how it looks on the outside or how it look to people, they looking from the outside in. But long as I know that I have my family intact, they are healthy, fine, a roof over my head. My children, they're happy, then I'm happy. But no way in the world that I will let outsiders to dictate my life. No way in the world. No way in the world I will let that happen. So, guys, that's all I wanted to go ahead and say. You all have a good night and peace out. Hey, hey, Ocean, how you doing? How are you, girl? Yeah, I just wanted to come on and talk about love and marriage in Huntsville, switch it up a little bit. Like I said, I want to go ahead and do some different things when it comes to my channel. And yeah, glad to hear you okay. But yeah, you see, I even came on live. I say, shoot, I'm coming on, try to do something different, you know. Yep, just doing something different, come on live more. And like I said, that's all I wanted to do. Just make sure that I just get, comfortable in front of the camera, because I'm so used to being behind the camera. Yeah, thank you very much, girl. You just don't know how much that means to me. Yeah, but I say, it's time for me to come from behind the cameras, like I say, make my own content. All I have to do is just, open up my mouth, and that's it. At least I know one thing. I don't have to worry about no one going around trying to flag the videos, all that work, I have done, that's like waste of time. I put hours in all my videos, for me to go ahead and have to delete it all. But now, like I said, I'm starting all over, making my own content. And all I can do is just be me and be happy, of who I am, even though I got to lose a little weight, but that's all right. I get it together. Yeah. So, yeah, girl. But I just want to switch it up, like I said, I can take even though just say if I talk about reality shows, which I don't watch too much television, but when I do watch shows, I can take that foolishness and conform the wise with. And that's what I don't look at reality shows or anything like other people, just as entertainment. I look at it as entertainment too, because like I say, ain't nothing wrong with me. I just know how to see the deeper part of things. Yeah. So, girl, I'm glad you came on. Yeah. But I just wanted to talk about Martell, talk about blended families because, like I say, um, you only can talk about what you already experienced. And if you haven't experienced anything, no way in the world that you can be able to talk about it, right? Yep. But I'm so glad you came on. So, girl, look, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out because I've been on for almost an hour. And you know good and well, if I was making those videos, thank you, thank you. Oh, girl, thank you very much. And if I was making them videos, ain't no in the world that I would stay on a whole hour. And look, I've been on here for a whole hour. Yep, yep. And I enjoyed it, I enjoy every bit of it. Yep. So, all right, girl, go ahead and share the videos. Like I said there and say, girl, it don't bother me at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and text you on your Instagram. I love you too, baby. Talk to you later. God bless.